Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Westby Veterans Memorial Field. We are set, and the first pitch this ball game underway, featuring Fennimore and Stoddard. We're going to turn the mic over right away to my good friend Chuck Rasmussen.
All right, thanks, Ken. Leading things off for Stoddard is Aiden Brzezinski. He'll be followed by Andrew Thompson and Billy Steckel. Count 0-1. And now it's going to be 0-2. On the mound, Mason Adkins for Fennimore. Behind the plate, Max Miles. First base is Carter Washburn. We'll give you the rest of the defense here momentarily. There's a line drive up the middle by Brzezinski. Good job by Horn out there to keep it from going by him. It took kind of a tough bounce. Andrew Thompson, the shortstop, batting number 2 in this lineup for Stoddard. Stoddard 1-5 coming into this game. Fennimore with a record of 5-7. Again, thanks to the coaches for giving us some information that we'll share with you today. There's a fly ball out towards left field. It's going to be a tough play, and it's going to get over the left fielder's head, and that's Wyatt Annan. And the runner trying to score all the way coming in, and the throw's going to get away from the catcher. And Thompson's going to end up over there at third. So Brzezinski will score. I'm going to put that down as a double for Thompson, and then going to third on the throw. It will be Billy Steckel batting third, number 20, second baseman. Runner at third, one run across already for Stoddard in this top half of the first inning. Starting to get a little bit warmer today. I heard the playing some music in that said it was 80 degrees. I don't know if what station that was. But by Roka's station? Okay.
That's what I would guess.
Count now 2-1 on Steckel. Me too. There's a pop-up. It's going to be out of play. Yeah, they do move a little bit of air. There's not a lot of air movement here. You know, beautiful field and all that. You look out to the flag in right field, a little breeze blowing out to right, but we don't catch that breeze with the where we're perched up here. And there's a swing and a miss by Steckel, and that'll be out number 1. Beautiful day, again, going to get warm, and they say storm's coming in this afternoon. Hopefully they'll hold off till this evening. Bryce Grilly batting next. Grilly number 21, the third baseman. There's a called strike. Rest of the infield, Ethan Scheckler is playing second base. Mark Kinney is the shortstop, and Aiden Fishnick is playing third for Fennimore.
I always wondered if that was any relation to the Fishnicks that we used to play softball with.
I would guess somewhere along the line, yes, it would be. Yep. The foul ball. Off the screen there in the outfield for Fennimore, Wyatt Annan playing left field. Austin Horn is in center field, and Connor Swatek is over in right. There's a strike, and we've got 2 down. It's going to bring up Evan Cole. Cole, number 32, playing center field this game. One run across for Stoddard in this half inning, first inning. Runner on third is Andrew Thompson. Pitch, throw down to third. Gets away from the third baseman. And Thompson decides to just stay there at third. Count 1-1 on Cole. He'll be followed by Drake Cumlin. He reaches. 1-1. Outside the count at 2-1. Adkins, the pitch. Count goes to 3-1. Cole will take the walk. And that'll bring up Drake Cumlin. Clumman pitching today. Number 6. Gets that shirt tucked in. There's a throw down to second, and they're going to have the runner easily there. So caught stealing. Half inning of play, 1-0. Inning, it'll be Austin Horn, Mason Adkins, and Mark Kinney for Fennimore. On the mound, Drake Cumlin for Stoddard. Behind the plate, Aiden Brzezinski. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed by Horn. Horn, the center fielder, number 20. All-conference selection this year. Just finished his senior year in high school. Count moves to 3-1 on Horn. Defensively for Stoddard, Peyton Krager is at first base, Billy Steckel at second. And there's a walk to Horn. Andrew Thompson is playing shortstop, and Bryce Grilly is at third. Give the outfield in just a second. Mason Adkins steps to the plate now. Pitcher today squares the bunt, puts down a bunt, right back to the pitcher. Pitcher lobs it over to first and just barely getting the out. A sack. Out one. It's going to bring up Mark Kinney. Kinney playing shortstop, number 22. Runner on second is Austin Horn.
Hi there. Say, you guys sponsor for me. My name is Ken Manning. We're putting Indian baseball on channel 14 right now.
Toss over to second.
We're in community.
Horn back easily.
And just want to make sure if you guys get that channel that it's up and working, up and running right now. So if you want to put
Swing and miss by Kinney.
playing right now, we just started. You betcha. Bye-bye.
Kinney, another all-conference selection for Fennimore this last year. 1-1. Ground ball to the third baseman in foul territory. Count goes to 1-2.
Well, just making a couple of phone calls, Chuck, and some of our sponsors make sure they can get the game on, and very appreciative of things, but I think I appreciate them more. Well, I don't know. Who knows?
There's a called strike on a curveball.
That was a tough one.
By Cumlin. Yeah, nice pitch. 2 down. That's going to bring up Max Miles. Max Miles, the catcher today. Honorable mention all conference. Number 28 just finished his junior year in high school. Ground ball. Big hop, I think it was.
Uh-oh.
And it's going to get by the center fielder. So I'm going to call it a single maybe, and a 2-base error.
Yeah, that took a wicked bounce. It looked like it went right through him.
Yeah. So 1 run across. Bring up Aiden Fishnick. Ken, you mentioned Fishnick before, and that we had played with a number of Fishnicks as far as when we used to play softball and that. Aiden, all-conference selection, player of the year in the conference.
Wow.
Yeah, so. Number 24. There's that breaking ball. Concluded his senior year in high school. Runner at third is Max Miles. The ground ball hit to the shortstop. Thompson over to first. And it will be an out.
Well, we got ourselves a tie ball game here at 1 apiece. We're going to move to the top of the second, but let's take a look at some of those fine sponsors helping bring you today's ball game. Well, coming back here with the ball game, it's in the top of the second inning. And Chuck, I'll turn the mic over to you. I got one more phone call to make.
All right, go to the second inning. Batting first for Stoddard is Drake Cumlin. Cumlin, the pitcher today. Number 6. Count 0-1. There's a base hit to left field. That will bring up Matthew Sanding. Sanding will be followed by Peyton Krager and then Landon Sanders.
Left fielder, number 26, Matthew Sanding.
Sanding, the left fielder. There's a strike to Sanding. He's finished his sophomore year, number 26. Mason Adkins on the mound for Fennimore. Behind the plate, Max Miles. On first base, Carter Washburn. Ethan Scheckler, the second baseman. Mark Kinney playing short, and Hayden Fishnick is there at third. Ball back to the screen. In the outfield for Fennimore, Wyatt Annan is in left, Austin Horn in center field, and Connor Swatek is there in right. The runner at first is Drake Cumlin. He singled. And there's a fly ball out towards shortstop. Nice job going back on that by Mark Kinney, and he'll make the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, he showed nice range, nice stretch there.
The first baseman, number 27, Peyton Krager.
Peyton Krager steps in. First baseman, number 27. This ball, swing and miss by Krager. Finished his sophomore year. There's a strike. 0-2 on Krager. 1 down, runner at first. Here in the second inning. And there's strike 3. Third strikeout for Adkins. And the right fielder, Landon Sanders, steps in. Called strike, which is the outside part of the plate. Strike 2.
That one just looked like he couldn't make up his mind to swing.
The 0-2 delivery. Strike 3, a called strike. And we'll go to the bottom of the second inning. 1-1 is our score.
And back we come here to Veterans Memorial Field. Ken Manning along with Chuck Rasmussen as we get this ball game rolling along. We're in the bottom of the second. Here's Chuck.
All right, leading things off for Fennimore is Carter Washburn. He's going to hit a pop-up, and it's going to be dropped by the shortstop, Andrew Thompson. We'll put that down as an error here, and we'll see what the official scorekeeper calls it, but that would be one that I think that Thompson said he would say that he should have had. It's going to bring up Ethan Scheckler, followed by Wyatt Annan, and then Connor Swatek. 7, 8, and 9 in the order. One hopper to the third baseman. Nice throw over to second base for one. So Scheckler will reach on a fielder's choice, but a good play there by Grilly at third.
Now batting the left fielder, number 39, Wyatt Annan.
Wyatt Annan steps up. Annan, the left fielder, finished his sophomore year. Very versatile, very good athlete. I believe a three-sport athlete and very successful in all three sports. Used to actually be from the Westby area.
Yep, great family.
Mm-hmm. There's a hit out towards right field, and it's going to get over the right fielder's head. Annan in at second, and Scheckler over to third now.
Smart base running there by Wyatt as he kind of had an eye on the runner in front of him, and he started slowing down, knowing he dared not push him along.
Mm-hmm.
So many times you get excited and you just want to get to third base.
Yeah. Yep. Connor Swatek at the plate now with one out. And runners are second and third. There's a pop-up. Going to go out of play. The breaking ball in there for a strike. Ken, I'm going to make a statement here, and I'm going to screw things up for us, but game moving along very quickly here. That first game took an hour and 20 minutes. And on that pass ball, runner at third tried to score. And didn't make it.
You know, his slide, he did kind of a short slide, pop-up slide, but the pitcher was right there, and he had that snap tag, and that was a good call, it looked like.
Mm-hmm. Proper, yeah. I guess good or not, depending on which side
there
you're
you
looking
go.
at.
Which dugout you're from.
Yep, you're right. Swantek now with the count at 1-2. Annan over at third base. We're still tied at 1-1 with 2 outs here in the second inning. Cumlin on the mound. And the 1-2 grounded towards third, and it's going to eat up the Grelly there at third base. And we're going to give him an error on that, Grelly. Run will score. Back to the top of the order. And it's Austin Horn, the all-conference selection for Fennimore, center fielder, number 20. He walked. First time up. Just outside. On Horn. It bounces in. Good stop by Rosinski to keep that ball in front of him.
Brzezinski pitched last night. Now today, here he is catching.
There's a called strike on Horn. Brzezinski, a very good athlete also.
You know, I was talking last night to the folks watching, but where is he going to go and wrestle?
I don't know.
I cannot remember. I couldn't remember if it was UWL or if it was out of state, Minnesota. I just could not remember.
Horn will take the walk, and this will be bringing up Mason Adkins. Adkins had a sacrifice the first plate appearance. Runners at first and second. And it's going to be fly ball out of play. The 1-1. Breaking ball in there for a strike. One, two with two down. There's a fly ball out towards right field. It's going to be a tough play. It's going to get past the right fielder. Sanders chasing it down. One run across. Here comes the second run across. And going into third, Mason Adkins.
That was a tough play for the right fielder, slicing away from him, and he gave it a good effort. Young team out here for Stoddard.
Fly ball out of play. Mark Kenny batting now. Kenny struck out looking for the second out in the first inning. There's a called strike on Kenny. Count at 0-2. Runner at third is Mason Adkins. Outside. And there's strike three for the third out. At the end of 2, 4-1, Fennimore.
Well, returning here to Veterans Memorial Field, and we've got a pretty good ball game going on here between Fennimore and Stoddard. It's 4-1 after 2 complete. We go to the top of the third and Chuck Rasmussen.
All right, thanks, Ken. At the top of the third, and it's going to be the top of the order for Stoddard, Aiden Brzezinski, Andrew Thompson, and Billy Steckel. Top 3 in the order here for coaches Darren Cumlin and Eric Coe. 4-1 to score. Brzezinski reached on a hit and scored for the only run for Stoddard so far. Count evens at 2. Mason Adkins on the mound for Fennimore. Again, Maximus Miles behind the plate. Right on the outside of the plate. Oh. Three one. And that is a walk to Brzezinski. Brewers won last night, 13.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was watching, and then they got behind, 5-3 or something, and I went, oh, man, I'm going to bed.
Mm-hmm. Andrew Thompson batting.
But that was pretty late, too. That was probably 11 o'clock-ish, somewhere in there.
I'm guessing, yeah. I didn't watch the end of it neither. Fly ball popped up, out. Shortstop drifting out. Center fielder is going to make the call. That's Austin Horn. Good communication out there. And Horn will make the catch.
Came from
number
a
one.
long ways
Yes,
there,
did.
Chuck.
Yes, he did.
He had an eye on it.
Billy Steckel steps up now with a runner on and 1 out. Steckel struck out back in the first. Adkins with 4 strikeouts pitching-wise. We're in the third with 1 out. Fennimore leading 4-1. 2-0 pitch. Gonna make it 3-0. The 3-0 pitch. Right there for a strike. Runner takes off, and we'll have a stolen base for Brzezinski. Ken, you're always asking trivia questions and wanting to answer them. Here's one for you. How long has this park been here in Westby? I take it it's owned by the city?
Yeah. Boy, it's been here a long, long time. They shared with the school district
Okay.
for the football field for many years.
Yep, I do remember that.
And the school would basically pay rent.
Full count on Steckel. He'll swing the bat out there and get one through the gap between short and third. Brzezinski will score easily.
But that that's when I first got here too. That was in '93, so it was here way before that. They played football down here way back during the heydays of the '78 and '80s when Westby was winning those state titles, and we were teaching and coaching at Lancaster.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Brings up Bryce Grilly. Grilly struck out in his first plate appearance. Looking at the light towers here, so I mean they've been around here for a while. There's a fly ball popped up towards shallow. right center field, or excuse me, right field there. The right fielder, Swadek, going to make the catch. Scheckler was back also there, and I'm guessing that Swatek did make the call.
Well, it looked like Scheckler kind of tried to, drop out of the way right at the end.
Mm-hmm. 2 down. Evan Cole.
A mini collision there, or minor,
Evan Cole batting, the center fielder. And a strikeout. That'll end the inning, but Stoddard comes up with a run. They trail 4-2. Go to the bottom of the third.
Well, here on a bright Saturday morning, we are getting close to that noon hour, but you know what? We got a lot of ball game left here, and we're in the bottom of the third, 4-2 score here. Let's go to Chuck.
All right, we're going to lead off with the cleanup hitter, Max Miles. Miles singled back in the first inning. Fennimore leads 4-1. Drake Cumlin still on the mound for Stoddard. And again, Aiden Brosinski behind the plate. The 1-0 pitch. Fouled off down the right field line. Now, Ken, you say that the parking lot was sponsored by a bunch of people that repairs cars?
Some glass repair?
Yeah, glass repair. Yeah, well, I know that my truck got backed into, probably 2 months ago. There's a fly ball out towards right field and foul ball. And that ended up costing me insurance company of that, a little over $3,000 there. And then 3 weeks ago last night, I was going from Richland Center down to our cabin down by Muscadet. And a deer jumped out, and that caused a little over $5,000 of damage to our car.
Gee whiz.
So, not good.
It doesn't take much these days.
Okay. That's going to hit Miles, and no, it doesn't. Going to bring up Aiden Fishnick,
Next up for Fennimore,
the third baseman. And Fishnick just finished his senior year in high school, the All-Conference Player of the Year. There's a steal attempt. The throw down is going to be late. And Max Miles will take second base. Foul ball down the third base side. Derek Kephart, the coach for Fennimore, brings his team in with a 5-7 record for the summer. And there's a called strike 3 on Fishnick. So we have one out. Max Miles on second base, and this is going to bring up Carter Washburn. Washburn, the first baseman today. Swing and a miss. Fly ball out towards left field, and it's going to go foul and out of play. Count 0-2 on Washburn. The runner on second base, Max Miles.
You talk about, windshields and things like that.
There's a line drive foul.
Years ago, when the boys were playing and we were down at the Park Bowl in Viroqua, and my in-laws and I would have swore they'd park, far enough away. Anyways, foul ball, and it was a long foul ball, and it went right through the back window of the car.
Oh.
It was just crazy. Must hit just right.
Looper, it's going to get over the second baseman's head out towards right field. The right fielder's going to pick it up. Sanders brings it back in, but a run will score. Miles scores on that. Base hit by Carter Washburn.
Sometimes I think you can't be too far away or far enough away, however you want to say it.
Yeah.
Well, an RBI out there picked up.
Ethan Scheckler steps in, second baseman. Doubled in his first at bat. He's finished his freshman year in high school. Fennimore, a nice mix of youth and experience.
Yeah, it was a good game last night with them and the 138ers.
2-1 pitch. Fly ball out towards right field. Right fielder Landon Sanders is going to make the catch. As you check the flag out there too, it's showing that it's going to carry, and it did carry on Sanders, but he was still able to make that catch for out number 2.
Batting for Fennimore, left fielder number 39, Wyatt Annan.
Wyatt Annan now batting. Right-handed batter is our left fielder for Fennimore today. Number 39. Doubled in his first plate appearance and scored. And double to right field. Just a little low. Two and 0. Ground ball foul.
That curve kind of forgot to break a little bit there.
Not quite as much. 3-1 the count. And we're full. Talking about the field a little bit before the break, and again, this field has been here. Excuse me.
That's going to be a walk. Ball came inside. So Anand trots down to first base where he'll stand. And with 2 down, there's 2 on.
Connor Swatek now batting after the walk to Anand. Pitch is going to be high. You're at 2-0. Swatek reached on an air and scored in the second inning. Counting even at 2.
Tough curveball again.
Yes.
He does a nice job with that pitch.
It's Drake Cumlin that Ken's talking about. And this is going to be pop foul. Two outs. 2-2 the count. And that will make it 3 outs. We go to the 4th inning. 5-2 Fennimore.
Moving along here in today's Legion Regional Baseball game, it's what you consider an elimination game here between Fennimore and Stoddard. Both of these teams looking to try and pick up a win and move on to a later game. Here's a drive. Let's go to Chuck.
All right, that was hit by Drake Cumlin, and a nice job out there by Austin Horn. He'll make the catch for out number 1.
Horn really covers some ground out there.
Yes, he does.
You see that a lot with our ball players and Legion teams. They really seem to have the speedsters in center field.
And, you always talk about good ball teams having the strength up the middle. With a shortstop and a center fielder there, and a good catcher too. So
right. Yep.
These teams have that. Matthew Sanding batting now with 1 strike. And there's another one fouled back to the screen. Stoddard again came into the game here today with a 1-5 record overall. Coaches Darwin Cumlin and Eric Coe. That one's bouncing in. All the way to the backstop by Atkins. Strike 3 for the second out.
Automatically decided the first base
6 strikeouts for Adkins. We're in the 4th. Counted foul. Batting now Peyton Krager. He'll be followed by Landon Saunders if he reaches. Oh, 2.
Well, starting to get a little hazy and cloud cover coming in.
Yeah, the sky to our northwest not quite as clear as it is to our south.
Game coming up will feature Westby Coon Valley and the Viroqua 138ers.
There's a called strike 3. That'll be the third out. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 5-2, Fennimore.
Well, back we come here to this late morning, nearly noon, about 8 minutes away. Fennimore was able to pick the run back up that they gave up in the third inning. We're now in the bottom of the 4th. It's still a 3-run advantage, 5-2 the score, Fennimore. Some pitching changes and other moves. Let's go back to Chuck and see what's taken place.
All right, leading off, first of all, for Fennimore is going to be Austin Horn. He'll be followed by Mason Adkins and Mark Kinney. Change pitching-wise, it's Bryce Grilly now pitching for Stoddard. Drake Crumlin finished with 64 pitches. And Crumlin now moves second base. The ground ball towards the middle, fielded well by Thompson, and he'll throw on over to first. Nice play by Andrew Thompson. And Billy Steckel moves over to third. Mason Adkins batting now. Adkins has had a sacrifice and a triple. Swing and miss. So defensively again here for Stoddard. Pitching now at Bryce Grilly. Behind the plate remains Aiden Brzezinski. Peyton Krager is at first. Second base, Drake Cumlin. Andrew Thompson, the shortstop, and Billy Steckel out and left. The 1-1. And it's going to be popped foul. The outfield, Matthew Sanding, Evan Cole, and Landon Sanders. Landon.
Well, Chuck, I got my warning on the battery pack down below, so I'm going to go change that battery and leave it to you here. We'll go a widescreen for you.
All right. There's a swing and a miss. So that's 2 outs now for Fennimore. Again, we're in the 4th inning. This is going to bring up Mark Kinney.
Now batting for Fennimore, the shortstop, number 22, Mark Kennedy.
Kinney has struck out twice, once looking and once swinging. Fouled back. Count 1-1 on Kinney. And out towards center field. And the catch made by Evan Cole for the 3rd out. We move to the 5th inning, 5-2 Fennimore.
After 4 complete, the score remains Fennimore 5 and Stoddard 2.
All right, we're ready to go here in the 5th inning. Leading off is Austin DeFlorian, a pinch hitter, and he'll swing at the first pitch, and he flies it out to center field. Austin Horn will make the catch for out number 1. Back to the top of the order. It'll be Aiden Brzezinski and Andrew Thompson. Brzezinski has singled and walked and scored 2 runs. Actually, both of the runs. First Stoddard, he swings at the first pitch, out towards left, and it's going to be out of play. Good hustle out there by Wyatt Annan.
It looks to me that Fennimore has a rather fast outfield. Anand can cover ground, and we know Horn can.
Yep. Which is going to be high. Brzezinski. Ooh, that's going to hit Brzezinski. He'll reach 3 times now.
Next up for Stoddard, the shortstop, number 60, Andrew Thompson.
It's going to get away that pitch from Adkins. Do we know the pitch count as far as for Adkins so far? Oh, okay, up there. Thank you. Two and 0. Fly ball out towards center. Austin Horn will make the catch coming in on that. Nice play.
You know, that right there shows great communication. Shortstop probably had as good a beat on it as anything, but Horn coming in, you're coming straight in, and he knows he can get there.
2 down. Brzezinski on to third. Steckel, as I think we mentioned before, honorable mention all conference. Finished his junior year in high school. Second baseman today. And he'll swing, and there's a fly ball out towards left. Hannon drifting back, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. No runs across. 5-2 to the bottom of 5.
Well, we're just over an hour and 5 minutes into this ball game, and Chuck, as you mentioned, going along rather smoothly here. So let's make sure we don't jinx ourselves with that call. But keep it rolling here. We're in the bottom of the fifth.
Yeah, and the score 5-2 Fennimore, and as you said, bottom of the fifth. And this will be Max Miles. He'll be followed by Aiden Fishnick and Carter Washburn. Miles has singled, hit by a pitch, and scored a run. Just gets the end of the bat on that one. Back to the screen.
We're in game two. 2 more to go. If we can get them all in, that would be great.
0-2 pitch. Fly ball out towards right field. Nice running catch out there by Landon Sanders for out number 1.
Now batting for Fennimore, the third baseman, number 24, Aiden Fishnick.
Aiden Fishnick now to the plate. He's 0 for 2. A ground out and a strikeout. Fouled out of play. Count 0-2. Bryce Grilly on the mound for Stoddard. There's a hopper right back to Grilly. Grilly's going to grab on to first for out number 2.
Well, that's one of the things that's so important, play your position. And Grilly, after the release, was in a good position, let's say, in order to make the play.
Bring up Carter Washburn, the first baseman.
Just a bit inside.
Yeah, almost got the bat.
That one well behind the hitter here.
2 outs. Count 1-0 on Washburn. Washburn 1 for 2. And also reached on an error. Fly ball out towards center field. The center fielder is going to come in, and Evan Cole will make the catch. 3 up, 3 down here in the 5th for Fennimore.
We'll move to the 6th inning, and again, 5-2 your score, Fennimore. Well, thanks again to all those sponsors that we're seeing throughout the breaks and in between the innings. And we can't thank them enough. I can't thank them enough. We'll keep on going with the ball games. Also, the fourth game today will feature the winner of this game, and they will take on Gaze Mills. That was slated for, as I said, game number 4.
Ground ball by Grilly, grabbed by the shortstop, Kenny, and that'll be an infield hit for Grilly.
Well, he showed real good hustle there.
Mm-hmm. Well, Kenny showed good range there too. Just
well, yeah, he
able
was
to make the throw.
He was deep in the hole there. My goodness.
Going to bring up Evan Cole. Cole struck out his last appearance. I'll take the first pitch for a ball. Again, we're 5-2, the top of the 6th. Stoddard trails Fennimore. The strike to Cole. Mason Adkins now at 76 pitches. Another strike to Cole. And that's 3. 1 out. That'll bring up Drake Cumlin.
Next up for Stoddard, the second baseman, number 6, Drake Plumlin.
Cumlin, the starting pitcher, now playing second base, 1 for 2. Catches the out part of the plate. Pitch from Atkins. We're at 0-2. The bouncer to the shortstop, Kenny. Over to first. Good smart play for out number 2.
Yeah, really no place to go but first base. The runner, good hustle getting down the line to second.
Going to bring up Matthew Sanding. Sanding 0 for 2. Two down. Runner at second, and that'll go foul.
That was a good little poke.
Count 0-2 on Sanding. 2 outs, runner at second. We're in the top of the 6th. Stoddard trails 5-2. Pitch. It's a little bit out of the zone. And that's 3 to the bottom of the 6th. 5-2 Fennimore.
Back we come here to Veterans Memorial Field. Again, thanks to all those terrific sponsors helping us out today. And, well, Chuck, we've got, do we have some changes going on?
One defensively will be Trenton Baldwin out in left field. He'll be playing in there for Matthew Sanding. And it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter coming up a little bit later on in this inning. Ethan Scheckler batting right now for Fennimore. Fennimore, 1 for 2. In the bottom of the 6th, home half here. Fennimore with that 5-2 advantage. Popped up. Second baseman. That'll be Drake Cumlin making the catch for out number 1.
Now batting for Fennimore, the left fielder, number 39, Wyatt Annan.
Wyatt Annan to the plate now. Annan, a base hit and a walk, scored a run.
Nearly got him a little bit there.
Somebody from the dugout told me to wear it. But
Well, easy for them to say. They're
Yeah,
not standing in there.
you stand up here. The 1-1 pitch.
Oh, my.
2-1. Fouled off. We're at 2-2. Again, 1 down. We are in the bottom half of inning number 6. Fennimore leading 5-2. Batter reaches out, and he'll foul it out of play down the first base line. I don't know if that young man gets compensated for all his running or not, but
Well, I think they get a big freezy if they bring the ball back to the dugout.
he's been catching all these. He can supply for quite a number. Ball slicing out towards right field by Annan, and Landon Sanders makes a catch for out number 2.
Well, on a day like today, yeah, you could make some pretty good.
Yeah, he'd sell them.
Yeah, a little profit going there.
Number 5, Justin Niles.
It'll be Justin Niles batting for Connor Swiatek. He'll take the first pitch for a strike. They have barge flies up here, mayflies.
I haven't noticed them so much here as I did in lacrosse. My goodness, that was a mess.
I was down in Prairie du Chien last weekend.
Well, yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, that's right. You were there then too.
Yeah.
It was just they're about 20 after 9. They just it's like something else.
I swear they'd pick you up.
Yeah. There's a walk to Niles. Brings us back to the top of the order, and Austin Horn.
Now batting for Fennimore, the center fielder, number 20, Austin Horn.
There's a ball, base hit by Horn.
That was a fast shot right back up the middle.
So runners at first and second with 2 outs. It's going to bring up Mason Atkins. Atkins has a sacrifice, a triple, and he has also struck out. Fly ball out towards right, hit pretty well. Right fielder is going to back up, and it's going to get over his head. Atkins is going to be into second with a double. Niles scores. And Horn over at third. Mark Kinney into the bat now. Kinney has a ground ball for a base hit. And a little bobble there, but I don't think that was going to stop Atkins from scoring either.
Yeah, a little insurance run there. Just kind of a make sure kind of run. Or runs, maybe.
Runs, yep, 3 across here for Fennimore in this bottom half of inning number 6. They now lead 8-2. Max Miles to the plate. He singled, got hit by a pitch, and flew out to right field. Bryce Grilly on the mound yet for Stoddard. He came in for relief for Drake Cumlin. Cumlin threw 64 pitches. Three, 1. There's a walk to Miles. Runners at first and second. Aiden Fishnick out to the plate. Take the first pitch for a strike. Fishnick 0 for 3.
Well, if I remember right, he got caught looking his last time up on a sharp curveball that dropped in.
2 bats the ball.
Two ago? All right.
He grounded the pitcher last time.
Oh, that was the comebacker. All right. Just thinking, you know, he's ready to, he's loaded for bear now.
Yeah. They said player of the year, all conference player of the year for Fennimore. There's a called strike 3.
Wow.
And we've got 3 outs, but 3 runs across here for Fennimore. They lead 8-2. Do we go to the top of the 7th?
Well, for this young bunch from Stoddard, they will need to pick up 6 runs here in the top of the 7th inning to keep the ball game moving, and 7 obviously then to take the lead. Let's go back to Chuck here. We're in the top of the 7th.
All right, top of the 7th with our score 8-2. It'll be Peyton Krager, Austin DeFlorian, and then back to the top of the order. On the mound, Mason Adkins. Adkins with a now 88 pitches. Two strikes on Krager. Krager has struck out in both of his previous plate appearances, once swinging, once looking, and we're going to make that twice swinging. Out number 1.
Well, Adkins, you said, right? Pitching here?
Yes, sir.
He just reared back and threw 3 straight fastballs, it looked like.
This will be Austin DeFlorian, his second plate appearance. The ground ball to Kenny at short. Kenny up and on over to first for out number 2. Two down. There's a ground ball to the first baseman, Washburn. Going to pick it up, step on the bag, and that will be our game. 8-2, the final. Fennimore wins over Stoddard.
Well, let's take a quick look here again with this ball game, a rather quick ball game, just over an hour and a half long as the teams will come across and shake hands here. But 2 runs on 5 hits, 3 errors, and we'll have the final count here with Chuck in a second. But 8 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error for Fennimore. They will move on and play the last game of the day today, that being somewhere around 3 o'clock, weather permitting. Maybe a little later, we'll see. They will take on Gaze Mills in another elimination game. Stoddard, the young crew here that you see walking off, their season is now over. Take a look here, and I just want to say thanks once again to all of those terrific sponsors helping to bring us today's ball game. Why don't we take 1 minute and we'll go and look at those sponsors, and we'll come right back with Chuck's recap coming up. Well, back we come. We have Roger Matheson here beside me. We're going to do just a quick little how things are going here. Let me get this off. So we're just going to use this headset here, Roger. But, Roger, being the commissioner for the state and everything, how are things shaping up overall so far?
Overall, it's been a good tournament series. 16 under and 17 under state tournaments are started now, and they're in their second day. And haven't heard any problems. Things are going well. I saw West Salem, our local team, won the first game. So, and our regionals, been very few calls but problems, just some questions about rules in the case of suspended games and stuff like that. But overall, it's been a pretty good tournament series so far.
Well, I know that you've got that phone right at your side the whole time here because you never know. Any moment you could get those calls. So when you get those calls, you have to make that decision right away, or do you talk things over with like the tournament manager at those sites?
Depends on what the situation is. Most of the times I make the call right away. If it's something that involves tournament management, something a tournament director had done or said to a team, something like that, then I have to call and make some point. You know, or if an umpire makes an ejection, I have to get the reasons why, and if it's going to be an ejection for the whole tournament or just for 1 or 2 games.
All right, boy, it sounds like you got a load on your shoulders when it comes to all that. But Roger, thanks for a quick insight. How are things going here today, and what do you suspect with the weather?
Well, hopefully we can get this game in coming up between Westby and Viroqua, and then we only have one other game scheduled after that for approximately 3:30. So if we get this next game in, we're in good shape for tomorrow. That makes 3 games for tomorrow. We'll be able to get the tournament done hopefully tomorrow, and if we stretch it to Monday, it'll only be 1 game.
So if we don't get the 4th game in today, what time would that start? Around 10 or 11?
I'll have to talk to John, and he's the actual tournament director of the local site. So I think we try to get it done as early as we can. Probably, as long as it's Sunday, I wouldn't like to go before 11 o'clock anyway. Yeah.
All right, well, we'll be asking you more questions along the way. Thanks, Roger. Roger Matheson, the state commissioner here. Well, let's turn things back over to Chuck with the recap of today's ball game.
All right, our final score, 8-2. Stoddard, the short end on this one, 2 runs on 5 hits. They committed 3 errors. They didn't have anybody as far as for multiple hits. Fennimore wins, again, 8 runs. The multiple hits just for Mason Adkins. He goes 2 for 3. And he also had the sacrifice. And on that note, also to Mason Adkins, your winning pitcher. Adkins strikes out 11, I believe. So good outing for Adkins, and he ends up with close to 100 pitches. Final score, 8-2 Fennimore.
We hope that you've enjoyed watching this Western Wisconsin video production of Legion Regional Baseball. Stay tuned for more exciting baseball action coming up here in just a little bit here, just a few minutes from now, as the Viroqua 138ers come rolling into town, and the Westby Coon Valley Bandits will have that game coming up here in about 20 to 25 minutes. Stay tuned. For Chuck Rasmussen, I'm Ken Manning saying we'll see you right back here, Veterans Memorial Field on the Diamond. So long for now.